Okay, Dive Master got in. Which one of you is Dive Master? Well, that entry looks like it's working out, guys. So far. It can head and shoulder. It can chop around. I could be wrong. Lots of things. But that was my prediction. I set that up hours ago and nailed it to a T. Look at that now, Chris. No, Chris isn't in here. But you guys, we now have a dark print to the upside. I mean, a dark pool print to the upside. 285.20 on the Qs. 285.25, guys. 285.25. That could be where we're heading right now. And on SPY, 397. 397. This is just trading view connected to TradeStation or whatever your brokerage is. I use a lot of different systems, a lot of different brokerages. It doesn't really matter what basketball I use, what shoes I wear. Jesus, I know, Ben. Well, I mean, I wake up in the middle of the night. Today was an important day to make sure that in the middle of the night, I had my opportunities covered. The Oracle of TikTok. What is a good entry on SNAL? Right here around VWAP is fine. But you got to set your 1% stop to 340, 325, 335. Why did a lot go down just now? Oh, just about no reason. And look at that. We're ripping up to the upside now, and I'm already in off of the fucking absolute bottom. Yeah, Joe, all the time. I just reconnected about 3 minutes ago. If it won't change from yellow, you have to disconnect it and wait 10 seconds for it all to disappear, maybe 20 seconds, and then you can reconnect it. If that doesn't work, then you got to redo your rhythmic. Or maybe, worst case scenario, restart your computer. Now we're going in the other direction. I'm going to cut the trade loose and try to find a better entry. Like we're going to try to go a little bit lower. But I am looking for entry long from here. However, if we're going to be bearish for a while, then let's play the bearish game. All right, we have bearish open. What might happen is just a massive uptick. Is it smart to buy Bitcoin now because it is low? That's, very dependent on your financial situation, because Bitcoin is one of the riskiest assets out there. And so that should be the smallest thing you buy. I can't think of an investment that's more risky. So that should be the smallest allocation. All right, so we're getting some drop there. Fast drop. You want to be that guy's bookie. Which guy? Bitcoin could go over to zero, boys? No. I mean, maybe it will someday, but not right now. All right, and I'm going to short right there. See if this bearish sentiment plays out. We might be putting in a broadening wedge. Okay, I'm in short and we're moving down. So I got in at the lower risk pullback there. Like a good entry. All Momos failing, says Randy. RJ. All Momos failing, SNAL failing, FSRD failing. No, Sound is doing good, and KAL, my second pick, is doing great. The entry was at 10. It's now hitting 12. It's up 20%. Not all of them are failing, and Sound entry would have been at 240. It's now 257. Pre-market high. It's about to break pre-market high. Sound, SOUN. And PSNY is toying with VWAP. And if it can get up and over VWAP, that could be a good thing. So see how price is dancing around this area? This may be fair area, you guys. This may be the equilibrium. So I'd be looking for a move from this high to here, from there down. That would be my profit target. You guys from last night, understanding the equilibrium side of things. So let's set that up right now. Right around there. And I'm going to stop out at break even if the trade doesn't work out. But the move, the distance talking about is like from here to the middle of that sort of questionable range. Now we take that middle of the questionable range and set the profit target down there. That's a little bit of forecasting. That's a little bit of prophesizing. It's a bit of guessing. But the way it was behaving sort of acted like it wasn't ready to take direction, right? That can be an equilibrium spot. And if so, once it starts taking direction, maybe it's going to go an equal distance to the other side. Tell you what, I'll capture my gains here if we pull back because I just don't give a shit. And I'll just get back in if I need to. Because we are pushing down and it is off the open. If we can't get some momentum off this open, then, when are we going to get it? So I don't, that's my rationale there. Somebody says now inflation is down and we're selling. I'm not buying it. More of a retracing heading towards high. Exactly. If you were here during my pre-market analysis, that's exactly what I said. We will be seeking highs today or next week. But for now, we're going to go toy around with a little bit of reversion. It looks like that's what traders right now think is going on. Really, what's going on is we're going to rip to the upside to the highs today. Probably that's the whole reason we came down to that level, like a heat-seeking missile this morning. It would have just traded around. Why did it move down in a heat-seeking missile fashion? And how did I predict that to the exact point? heat-seeking missile, see? That is because right there, central banks gobbled up all the liquidity. And, right now they're kind of dollar cost averaging because it's going to make a move upward probably. In fact, this might be the reversal here. I'm going to buy, take a chance. Entry for me, long on another system. Stopped out on this one, captured profit. In, up 20 bucks already on the other system. I can grab a pullback type entry to right here if we get it. This system. We want to see a swipe across a trend break point. That's really that was this one. Short, but it seems like maybe now we're going to do it again. We're going to swipe up above here to 16, maybe. Let's see what happens. All right, back over to KAL. All right, it's nearly breaking new highs. Sound completely crapped out. Get the fuck out. SNAL is holding at VWAP, but it looks like it's failing. I would exit that if you're in it. VS starting to curve up and over VWAP. It's becoming interesting. I wouldn't be interested though until it could break 465. What was that? Oh, I got the entry over here on a little bit of pullback. This system, other system, I'm still positive. What stock is that? That is the market. The stock, the whole stock market. Dollar cost average into Carvana. I know the fundamentals haven't been good, but great value to get in now. I mean, in a sense, you're right. That's true. But they're actually worth negative $45 a share is the only issue there. So if they file for bankruptcy, you lose all your money, and the possibility of them filing for bankruptcy is extremely high. And if anybody buys them out, it costs them $45 a share to buy them out just for them to break even, and you will get no money, and no one's going to pay that much for it. So I'm afraid it's dead, my friend. It's dead. RJ says their bankruptcy could crash the used car market. Did they file for bankruptcy, RJ? Or you're saying that if they do, it could? Actually, I would think that would. Oh yeah, it would crash the car market because then they have to sell off all that stuff, right? Look, we're getting that rip now. We're getting the rip in the upper direction. This is what we've been waiting for. You guys, we're at the bottom of the market, I think. It could rip all day up to new highs. Is anybody getting in? I think that's the bottom. That was the action we were looking for. If not, we'll raise our stops, and we'll get there. Meantime, we're making money. Back to the Momos. I like that, RJ. VS failed out. No entry there. We never did get an entry. SNAL, not looking good. We are not supposed to be in that. PSNY, couldn't get it up. KAL is holding strong. Sound, dead. COSM, dead. So KAL is the last remaining opportunity, KAL. And maybe SNAL is hanging by a thread. Dive Master, okay. This, the market, whatever you trade, SPY, ES, NQ, QQQ, TQQQ, options, you, the stocks on the market, they could be moving. The formation we have, the central bank algos are literally going to go break yesterday's, they're going to break nearby highs. Last week's highs. It's going to probably mostly be moving on the Qs on the NASDAQ today, more than SPY, S&P 500. But again, you should never really be trading S&P 500 SPY. 99.9% of the time, 999 times out of 1,000, the Qs move more every day by 31%. I don't know, Eric. I don't know. That could happen, anything can happen. But I think, the central banks are already underwater a little bit from grabbing that last bit of liquidity, but I think they're okay in here now. And they're ready to go topside. And where are we going to go? London's highs, motherfuckers, and further. That is way up there. Check it out. Let me show you. From here, way up there. 11,777 on the NASDAQ. Let's put a trade entry thing here on that. On one, that's bearish. Well, maybe you're able to just flip it. No. There it goes. This has been an effortless trade. We are talking about another 7.5 to 1. My last trade was 7.2 to 1. Look at that rip. And you guys are in it, right? All right. You guys like making money? Elk just turned up. Elk. No, not elk. No, zebra. No, no, not zebra. Bison. No, XLK actually. XL, not elk. Anyway, somebody else was typing that. Everyone watching the stream is going, what is it? No, we're just playing around right now. Out of buying power. All right. So if I were to slap my targets on there and my stop losses, let's see what we get. Very nice, very nice. And at this point, I really can put it underneath this elbow. So I'm not even risking. It's an infinite risk. I'm already in the profit. Everybody make sure you set your stops now underneath that elbow back there, which should be at a profitable point for you. What did I say, guys, in pre-market? I had this all mapped out before the day even started. I had this mapped out 3 hours ago when I woke up in the morning. Actually, even before I woke up, I was just looking at my cell phone to see what was going on in London. Your mom's an elk. She probably is. Oh, I can get rid of this thing here. That'll get bandwidth. I'll probably add on any significant consolidations here. Probably. I say probably because I don't know. We're at equilibrium right now. You know, we could spend a lot of time here. So we've slowed down, and I'm probably going to cut right now and just get back in a minute. No, we're starting to move green again. Hold on. Somewhere here, I'm feeling some deceleration. I'm going to get down to the 5-second candles. Chart around without moving freaking my profit area around. See, there it goes. Okay, now that's where I want to get out. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. It just canceled my stop, didn't cancel my entry. Okay, I'm getting out right there. We're going to let this thing pull back a little bit. I'm going to preserve my profits, flatten. And then I'll get back in a second here after consolidation. Consolidation. I don't know if you guys did the same, but that's what I did. So let's let this thing pull back a little bit. Let's let it rest. Like a good steak. Okay, we're starting to get that move again. So now we can get optimal reentry as soon as we pull back. That might have been the reentry right there, guys. I don't know if anybody's still in it. Oh yeah, Ev, let's go, says Joe. Yeah, but we're not in it. Okay, we're getting some pullback there. I have to take an entry right around there, but if I can get better on this other system, I will. There we go. We're pulling back just a little bit. Boom. All right, I'm in. All right. Let's continue on our journey, shall we? I don't know what Pale's saying. Is Pale got the same profit target? I have to go look at what is Pale saying. Yes, LPD third. Okay. Pale's sleeping. Pale's sleeping. I think. All right, we got a second pullback in. You know why? Because between that high and here, we're at equilibrium. So I may just go ahead and get out right there. There we go, on a little bit of a push up. And we need to let this rest. Let the stake rest for a minute. What stock is this? The market. Anything on the market, whatever you trade. This one is the micro NASDAQ futures. It's the same as the QQQ. S&P 500 will be moving just like similarly. In fact, S&P 500 is going right now. I think we should probably get back in on the Qs because we've got some action leading the market on the dollar and on the S&P 500. Some indication that maybe we're going to take off from here. It's definitely building up some steam in the pot. I'm back in. All right, there we go. We even created an imbalance. The 50% point from here, by the way, let's measure it up from high to low. Is exactly where we were talking about that slowdown, like that whole spot where we were getting in and out. Right there, right in the middle. Let me see if I can make that line like a little bit more pronounced. There, can you see that? That really solid green line in the middle? That's equilibrium. Around here, I wouldn't worry too much, but it is going to be scraggly. Okay, but I wouldn't panic. No. I'd rather be out and not giving back gains and just sort of watching what's going on in this area. That's for sure. You don't want to be giving back profits. So if you can wait during this little equilibrium area to exit at break even, could be a good idea. We're getting a substantial pullback now. I am going to cut at a small loss. Back some, but the reason is because I think we're going to pull back down to about here for re-entry, 11,630-ish, somewhere down here, a better entry. Go back to the Momos. KAL crapped out. The end on KAL, rest in peace. PSNY starting to come up over VWAP. It's going to need to break pivot 560 in order to be an entry. It's a good idea to have a pen handy. I'm not going to say that shit again. Yeah, and there's consumer data at 10. That is true. So let's just hang out for a second here. We have possible data coming in 6 minutes. Consumer sentiment. Thank you for the reminder. Be in front of that train. Let's switch over to the 2-minute chart. One-minute chart. 15-second over here. But I want to go to the 1 minute. Okay, so hopefully everybody's out. We're not giving back gains here. We're likely coming back to fill this little imbalance region. Entry could be soon. Area, but I do also don't want to get too trapped underneath the economic data. Would get it. Type candle entry here. No, okay. Minutes tick by. Yeah. Somebody else says, thank you. I forgot about that. Okay, I'm in right there on a green over red. It may be premature and I'm fine with cutting it. It also could be the entry. All right, looking good so far. What was the 1 minute green over red candle entry? Is it enough to get up and over prior highs? That's the question. Now that I'm way up there, I'll put my stop at break even. So nothing ventured, nothing gained kind of thing. There we go. I'm stopped out for free. So that wasn't necessarily the entry, or we'll see. Maybe it rips up to the upside now. trying to get a good reentry here on this pullback. In the meantime, the economic report is coming in 1 minute and 50 seconds. If the economic data is negative and we have a negative reaction, I'm not really interested in trading the market because that just messes with, that's two sentiments mixing together. And I'll need it to put in some pattern for an hour or so. And we're at the end of our program here, just about. 60 seconds until the economic data. I am basically not going to get in until we see the reaction. Well, shit, I mean, I might as well put a little buy stop here since we're so close to it. That would be in the correct direction. 11,674, 11,6. Up, boom, okay. All right, I'm set for a buy, but we could go up and then whip down. You need to be prepared to act fast on this data. Okay, we've got roughly 20 seconds left. Sometimes it comes out seconds beforehand just because of real time. I don't think anything's going to derail CPI, but I don't know. Fuck, I mean, the market just wants to be dramatic. It's just a fucking drama whore. So it probably will do something crazy. And the data is out. And it's falling, price is falling. And it's getting bought up. Bought up. And we got through our buy stop. Back in the right direction. Now it's ripping the other way again. It's going back up. What does it do? Switching to the 5 second to get a quicksilver type view on things. It's settling in. Just about ready to cut if it doesn't shape up soon. Okay, it's starting to come back to that particular entrance that I had set up. I would have liked to have bought it at the dip. Just missed it. All right, what is the sentiment? Let's go find out. All right, we're ripping to the upside. I'm already in. 54. It's actually lower than expected. Sure if that's necessarily such a good thing. The market wants to do. I'm not going to do the inverse of this, the core event. Yeah, I'll figure it out later, Ben. I'm just going to watch the price action. Wait, if we don't spend money, isn't that good? But if we do spend money, that's a sign of a good economy. But if we don't, it's a sign of a bad economy. Is that bad? Is that good? I'm not going to do that. In fact, if I can just get out here in a second, I probably will. I'd rather wait for a little bit more of a pattern to shape up. Okay, I wriggled off the hook there for a slight loss on that Tree. I'm going to let this shape up some more before committing to it. Every move will be followed by a counter move. So just let it do its thing. You'll find another spot that makes more sense to get in. Looks like we are kind of equalizing right in the middle of it, doesn't it? But a little bit more onto the top side of it all. Like if we had to put a 50%, it looks like this could be a good entry at this 50% line, and that it's trying to hang out in the upper 50% of it all. But I'd like to see it sort of confirm a pivot point trend out of the middle. I'd need to see it break that high a little bit, come back, and maybe break the high one more time. Then I'd get back in on a pullback. Does that make sense, Dondro? So that concept of equilibrium from last night, very helpful. Let's see. If I were right here. Go. So now we have a nice little green line down there. Probably no quint. Look at this. It's doing a wedge. It's not picking a side yet. There it goes. It's starting to pick the upside. And so therefore now we have 3 higher lows. That's a pretty strong sign. I'm going to go in right there. Save my other system for potential pullback of that area, but I'm already in long. Looks like it's taking direction to the long side off of the equilibrium. There we go. I'm still waiting for a pullback on my other system. If I don't get it, okay, at least I'm in long here. Going, and now we're reaching the top there. Boom, we broke out. Looks like potentially it was a liquidity grab. That instant pullback, a little bit sketchy. Take profits here. Taking profits. And I'll get back in on a pullback if necessary. Some of you are still in, that's fine. It's not looking too hairy. I'm just being extra cautious and defensive. Okay, so there's a little pullback. I think that's going to start a larger bit of a pullback, and maybe we'll be able to buy near equilibrium, which would be beautiful. Whoa, what did I just do? Undo. All right, there's equilibrium. I'm buying right there just because that's a good price. And I missed it on my other system. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and try. There we are. Perfect timing. All right, so now even if it doesn't work out right here, at least I know I got in at a good point. You know what? That wasn't equilibrium. That was equilibrium on the day where we just got in. Not equilibrium on this move. Happy about this entry. I'm going to go ahead and take it off right there. I think we're going to pull back deeper, flatten. Yep, we are pulling back deeper. This is residual equilibrium. There we go. Now we're near equilibrium. And from here, I'm just going to need to see it trend back up. I need to see, higher high, higher high, higher low, higher low. Till I see that, I am not going long. This is the 5-second chart where you can really see stuff clearly like that. If I were on the 1-minute chart, everything you're seeing right here would look like this. I mean, this is a different system, but I mean, if you just take off all the junk, right? Just look at the candles. That's just not enough fucking info. From the 5-second chart, I can see every trend and sentiment going on. Okay, now we have a higher high, but until we get a higher low, which we won't know if it's a higher low until we get a higher high after that, I'm not, there's just some pull off of equilibrium, and that can happen up to both sides for a long time. Actually, we need to move equilibrium up now that we've made some just to the upside. So that's what it looks like. All right, take a quick look at everything else. KAL failing out, sounds super fail. I mean, it's like underneath yesterday's lows. I mean, it's like complete failure. FSRD failed out. COSM, scraggly. SNAL kind of holding, and those can have blips and second moves during the day when they act like that. So SNAL might be something good there going on. PSNY hasn't made its move today. Probably hard to borrow. I'm not sure what's going on there. Just doesn't seem to have the kindling necessary to make a move. SNAL, probably our number one pick. All right, you guys, happy trading. I hope I made you some money this morning. That's completely up to you. This is not financial advice, educational program. I am not a personal financial advisor. And if I had a signed contract with you as a personal financial advisor, I'd come up with a completely specific plan of what you should or should not do. But I'm not authorized to do that. So your decisions are your decisions. This is just a fucking video, man. All right. Trading the markets is very risky. Keep that in mind. Yeah, if I don't see you again, have a great weekend. Oh, that was the break there. But what I would have wanted to see is some pullback. And anyway, if I don't see you, have a great weekend. I'm going to get on top of this now. Let's go into the market trading channel. Yes, soon. Not financial advice. Yes. Welcome. Have a great weekend. DocuSign is moving. Okay. I was talking about that earlier. Let's see. Okay, cool. 33 from 26 earnings was released. Good. Doc's having a nice positive earnings reaction. Excellent. You can day swing that. It's the, earnings reaction is kind of like a day swing or multi-day earnings release swing type of trade. All right, we're testing the previous high. I want to get some kind of a pullback and get entry right around here. Long to try to get that heat-seeking missile to the highs of the day. Really close. We already got half that trade in the bucket. All right, later, everybody. Been good. Red Robin also. And what was the other one? I already forgot. Short-term memory. I'm like Dory. I literally don't remember. I'm trying to go through my mind. What the hell we just looked at? I don't remember. Oh, DocuSign. Yeah. Or whatever it was. Yeah. All right.